time. Dodgers pitchers, if this is caught, are going to close the game, retiring 18 of the last 19. Mookie Betts makes the catch, and the two-time defending champions are in the win column on opening day. 8-2, the Dodgers take care of the Diamondbacks.
Thanks, sir.
Not the outcome the D-backs wanted on opening night for the baseball season, but either way, what a gorgeous night for baseball. At Dodger Stadium tonight, the 12 Sports team in the house helping bring you this game, and all the stars in the house. The entire country tuning in to watch the D-backs and the Dodgers here on 12 News. And of course, a huge crowd at Dodger Stadium waiting to see as LA unveiled the 2026 World Series banner. Right now, let's listen in from Dodger Stadium as D-backs manager Torey Lovello takes the podium.
Make some mistakes, and they had a couple of well-placed balls, and then Paz comes up with a 3-run home run. So, you know, we got to pitch better in a couple situations. You know, beyond Zach, we can't all be Zach watching and put it completely on him. So at the end of the day, you give up 8 runs in the stadium, you're going to have a tough time winning a baseball game. And offensively, I thought we had a good approach early against Yamamoto, and then they all just went on lockdown. So give them some credit. We got to turn the page and come out here again tomorrow.
Sure, 2 outs on the bases.
Yeah, I was pleased with a lot of things that we did today, but you can't give out. You know, you get 27 of them, and they're all precious. So if you give up 2 outs on the bases, we got to be better. So we got to get on lockdown about that. You know, we feel like there were some trigger points and some things that we were trying to take advantage of, and we just went too early at first base. So we got to be better there. And then you got to read a line drive. So it's not freeze on a line drive; it's get back on a line drive at the big league level. So we got to be better. So we're going to address those things for sure.
Your bullpen through 5 innings tonight. How tough does that make it just to navigate the rest of the series?
Yeah, so as I'm making some decisions, as Cap, Bandy, and I are talking it through, we're trying to set up some things for tomorrow as well. We have to keep an eye on tomorrow. That's my job. But, you know, I want to get everybody in the game as soon as possible. We use 4 relievers. That's what happens when, you know, Zach got clipped early after 4 and 74 pitches. You got to dig into the bullpen a little bit. But we're fine. We've got length. We've got a couple guys. We can back-to-back a couple guys. We'll be in a good spot.
What do you think was flipped there in their approach to Gallen? I mean, it looked like they were trying to jump it early in the game.
Yeah. You know, I think it was a well-hit ball that got, you know, scored by Marte part of the game, and then it's a swinging bunt. And next, you know, it's first and second and no outs, and Zach's got to be super fine. So I don't think anything really got away from it. It's just one real mistake, in my opinion, that ended up being a 3-run homer, and that was a big difference. I thought Murillo came in the game and did a really nice job of stabilizing a little bit, keeping it at 4-2. But you know, the tough inning was the 4-run 7th when we couldn't collect any outs.
That ball, you can tell, tough play.
Yeah, I thought it was a tough play. You know, it's a little bit of a grinder. You gotta you gotta sell out to it and go jump on it the way he was trying to. There's a couple ways to play it. It's tough no matter what.
Waller gave you some good signs.
Yeah, it was a good day for him. Made that really nice catch at the top of the wall, right at their bullpen. That was a good play. Had a couple nice at bats. It was a good day for Jordan. Very proud of him.
Gallen just trying to go out of the strike zone with that curveball
to Paz. Yeah, I know the pitch plan to him, so you'll have to ask Zach what he's trying to do at that particular point in time. And look, it's you know, they're a good team, and we know it. And they try to build innings, and when they get guys on base, they're going to slug, and that's what happened today.
You mentioned their pitchers kind of went on lockdown there at the end. What did you see from your guys?
Well, I think Yamamoto in his last couple innings of work got super stingy after the home run, and they just were attacking the zone. And part of our identity is to see pitches get on base via the walk, and they had no walk. So I feel like that was a big contributor to their success today.
Pretty nice to see Arenado pick it for you guys.
Yeah, it was great. We played great defense, and you know, between he and Santana, the newbies on the team playing the corners, they did a great job today. So, yeah, I've seen it a long time from Nolan Arenado. I'm just glad he's on our side. But I thought defensively he played an exceptional game. Thanks, guys. Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, D-backs skipper Torey Lovullo live at Dodger Stadium right after the D-backs got crunched on opening night for baseball. Still 161 games to go. Hopefully things will get better. Beautiful night for baseball out at Chavez Ravine, Dodger Stadium. All the stars in the house, the entire country, tuning in to watch the D-backs and the Dodgers on 12 News. And everyone in the house to see the World Series banner unfurled. D-backs playing outstanding defense. Nolan Arenado. And then Carlos Santana, 16 consecutive opening day starts. Another great play getting Gallen out of a first inning jam. Fourth inning, Geraldo Perdomo told us before the game he charged up his bat and he sends this one out to right. Full charge for Yamamoto. Domo picking up right where he left off last year. Gallen was cruising. He gave up one hit through 4 innings. Then in the 5th, Dodgers got to him. Hangs up a curveball. Andy Pages sends it out. The Dodgers were up 3-2 at that point, and that was pretty much it for Zach Gallen. And then the floodgates opened up. Dodgers score 4 in the 5th and 4 in the 7th. D-backs, just not enough firepower tonight to keep up. Their pitching failed them, and their bats kind of failed them, and they wind up losing 8-2 to the world champs. Right now, let's take you back out to Dodger Stadium, where Cam and Lena are standing by live on the field. Guys, as I mentioned earlier, look, it's 1 out of 162, but you want to put up a better showing than that on opening day.
Yeah, Mark, definitely. And that's why I just deflating after watching this one. You thought the D-backs would put up just a little bit better of a fight in this game. Some of your worst fears kind of came to reality. We talked about it coming into this game. I believe that there's more pressure on the starting pitching this year. Like, listen, we know the bullpen, there's some question marks there, right? These starters got to have to go longer in games to give them a chance late in the game. And you saw once Zach Gallen got tagged, once the Dodgers got to him, and they just had to go to the bullpen. I heard Luis Gonzalez say it on the broadcast. Like, there was just no one that could get these Dodgers out. They had a field day right after that. Lita, is just another example of questions we had coming into this season just came to reality.
Yes, and we heard Torey Lovullo express before spring training that the defense and the bullpen were 2 points of concern. We saw some flashes of good defense, some maybe shaky moments that led to some runs coming in, and then the bullpen, again, not a solid performance by the likes of Taylor Clark, another offseason acquisition for this club. We didn't get a chance to see Paul Sewald as the closer because they were not in position to bring him out here. Andrew Hoffman getting lit up. That 7th inning was a long one for the Diamondbacks, but you mentioned Zach Gallen getting pulled rather early, but he was solid through 4 innings. That 5th, the floodgates opened. You'd like to see a little bit of a longer leash for your starter, but again, it's 1 of 162. These teams will face off a dozen more times at least. That's just talking the regular season, but of course, being unable to produce runs and consistently against the division opponent, the defending champions, that might not get you beyond 162 games in 2026.
Yeah, the offense just going silent later on in the game. We talked about Zach Gallen. Like, listen, it was great to see him attack the Dodgers really early on. But then after that, once the Dodgers came back around for that 3rd time, they struggled after that.
Yes, and you kind of got a little nervous when Shohei took him deep and it was foul. But it's one of those times where you get to see what Gallen can do against the best hitters in the game. And we saw some positive moments from Corbin Carroll, getting the ABS challenge on his side. The call was overturned, so he got another some length at his at-bat. And then Ketel Marte really kind of taking Yoshi Yamamoto into a little bit of a longer at-bat, a longer stretch, kind of wearing him down. But this team was unable to really get on base, drive runners in. Jerry got tagged out trying to steal, but then you see that he was able to produce the only 2 runs for this team. So good thing he charged that bat before the game. Otherwise, it might be a shutout.
We got some stats here. Yoshi Yamamoto, 6 innings, 2 runs. D-backs struck out 8 times, just 6 hits in this one. Dodgers, of course, had 1 hit through the first 4 innings, 9 after that as they attacked the bullpen too as well. Listen, you mentioned Zach Gallen real quick. This start, 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 76 pitches, very similar to last year's opening day against the Dodgers. Got tagged once again after going through 4. It seems like early on, just these starters not really ready to rock and roll as some of the other teams are. And once again, you're going to the bullpen very early. And I think it's Torey's fear. I think it's a lot of fans' fear, too, as well, that once again, this bullpen's going to be really taxed in April. already down a handful of guys,
Sure.
already with some question marks, and it makes some concerns there. I will say this. It was really cool to see Nolan Arenado make his D-backs debut
He's
tonight.
still got it.
He does, Lena. And listen, we watched him walk into the stadium. I think he took a different route to come into this stadium.
Maybe.
Because he came through the crowd. He came through a different entrance than some of the other players, too, as well. But right away, Lena, he flashed that 10-time Gold Glove. He told us all spring that, like, he's still that guy.
Yes.
He's still that guy.
Absolutely. We saw him be that guy for Team Puerto Rico. He shaved the blonde and the bleached hair off, but he's back to form, really. So we saw some really great plays at that hot corner, that quick turnaround grab to throw out to first to Santana, and then, of course, just the athleticism that he's able to display. It's really cool to see Nolan Arenado in Sedona red and teal and being able to contribute to this team when they need him.
One hit, too, as well. Like, listen, it's the biggest acquisition they got here in the offseason. And listen, they got him at a cheap price. Great clubhouse leader, great locker room leader. And listen, if he can get that bat going, too, as well, he'll be a phenomenal add to the D-backs. But right away, flashing the glove on national TV. Hey, coming up next here on 12 Sports Locker Room, we'll take you back inside the D-backs clubhouse. Check in with Jake Garcia as, of course, the D-backs fall to the Dodgers on opening day. We'll be right back.
Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning.
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
For the Suns.
Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on Weather Impact Alert days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call, if your flight could be delayed, or when cold, rainy days impact your commute. Stay safe on those Weather Impact Alert days.
12 News Weather Impact in every newscast and streaming on 12 Plus. 12 News and 12 Plus keep you in the loop by reporting more from the rapidly growing West Valley.
We're outside Surprise City Hall.
More homes, jobs, and unexpected challenges expanding west.
In Peoria, they'll have the resources ready.
12 News, dedicated to the West Valley.
Explosive is one word for what's happening.
West Valley in the Loop on 12 News and streaming on 12 Plus. Download on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices.
In the dead of night, seems quiet right now. There's a lot happening in the Valley.
We've got a fire in Tempe. We're sending Troy.
In those early morning hours, 12 News is here because journalism never sleeps.
Justin Pizzera, 12 News, Today in AZ.
Jen Wall, 12 News.
We're live in Mesa. Troy Lynch.
12 News Today in AZ, dedicated to you.
Focusing on the local stories.
And their impact on your day.
Welcome to Today in AZ. I'm Emma
12
Jade.
News Today in AZ. Weekdays at 4:26 a.m. Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning.
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
For the Suns.
Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on Weather Impact Alert days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call, if your flight could be delayed, or when cold, rainy days impact your commute. Stay safe on those Weather Impact Alert days.
12 News Weather Impact in every newscast and streaming on 12 Plus. 12 News and 12 Plus keep you in the loop by reporting more from the rapidly growing West Valley.
We're outside Surprise City Hall.
More homes, jobs, and unexpected challenges expanding west.
In Peoria, they'll have the resources ready.
12 News, dedicated to the West Valley.
Explosive is one word for what's happening.
West Valley in the Loop on 12 News and streaming on 12 Plus. Download on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices.
In the dead of night, seems quiet right now. There's a lot happening in the valley.
We've got a fire in Tempe. We're sending Troy.
In those early morning
Pajes responded to get this place lit up. What I loved, though, was that you knew that the Diamondbacks did something when it was silent in this ballpark, which didn't happen very often tonight, but you knew that Perdomo's ball was gone because you could hear a pin drop and maybe a dozen D-backs fans in the building. 53,000 people out here
Not
in
sold
attendance.
out. I just want to say, there were some empty seats.
There
in
were
the
empty
ballpark.
seats, even though they announced it as a sellout, but 53,000 people.
That's a lot of people.
When you got options in LA, this is the place to be. They had it rocking, great energy, and the clubhouse was really excited for this moment, really embracing the challenge at this ballpark, facing the division and defending champions and the opponents, but they need to respond tomorrow with Ryan Nelson on the mound to really bring the confidence level up after kind of a deflating showing offensively today.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk to Nelly before the game. He's pretty geeked up, pretty fired up to take the ball in game 2. So make sure you check it out in case you missed it on 12news.com or the 12 News YouTube page. Alina, you mentioned the ballpark, and listen, it was pretty silent for the first. Listen, despite the Dodgers, showing off that new banner,
for the
right?
first 4 innings.
Yeah. It was pretty quiet, but once this crowd gets going, I call it like a nightclub. Like they really start bumping the music, the walls start to shake a little bit, and this place just gets rocking. Once Dodger Stadium woke up, we got a little late arriving crowd, and once it woke up, it was definitely a different energy in the building. We did see something pretty cool right away, right in the first inning. Corbin Carroll challenging a call.
Yes, and he was successful in it. He's got a good eye, right? He knows how to really pick and choose what pitches he's going to attack, and he knew that this was a ball. So he got a chance to challenge it, successful. The first ABS challenge for the D-backs in the regular season, so a little history there for you folks at home. But we'd like to see Corbin Carroll really go yard, get a hit, do something. But it was really cool, actually, to see Jordan Lawler in his first opening day at the big league level, make some really incredible plays, home run robbery of Freddie Freeman, and then some really great defense for the young man. And then his first hit at his first at-bat was a double. So that's really promising to see from Jordan Lawler.
There we go. So great day for Lawler, too, as well. Let's send it back inside the clubhouse. Jake Garcia is with Geraldo Perdomo.
It's amazing, it's amazing. So like we lost, To me, it doesn't mean anything because we lost, but feel pretty good. Be more focused tomorrow, First game, so we get some out in the base, but that's not how we play. And I give it out in the base and ladder, but we're gonna, no, you know what I mean. Like first game, we're gonna be ready tomorrow.
All right, first game, Listen, work out the kinks.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out from there, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's a long season. And Zach Allen even told me you can't win the World Series in March, but of course it's a great way to set the tone, really kind of maybe take some people by surprise in this first series against the Dodgers.
I will say, the things we were concerned about, they definitely happened tonight. Hey, coming up next on 12 Sports Locker Room, we go home with Nolan Arenado. Right down the road, a little bit further than down the road, kind of down south to L.A., out there in the OC, where the Hall of Fame career started and how he continues to inspire the next generation. That's coming up next.
Geraldo Perdomo, this is where the Divas play.
Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning.
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
For the Suns.
Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on Weather Impact Alert Days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call. if your flight could be delayed, or when cold, rainy days impact your commute. Stay safe on those weather impact alert days.
12 News Weather Impact in every newscast and streaming on 12 Plus. 12 News and 12 Plus keep you in the loop by reporting more from the rapidly growing West Valley.
We're outside Surprise City Hall.
More homes, jobs, and unexpected challenges expanding west.
In Peoria, they'll have the resources ready.
12 News, dedicated to the West Valley.
Explosive is one word for what's happening.
West Valley in the Loop on 12 News and streaming on 12 Plus. Download on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices.
In the dead of night, seems quiet right now. There's a lot happening in the valley.
We've got a fire in Tempe. We're sending Troy.
In those early morning hours, 12 News is here because journalism never sleeps.
Justin Pizzera, 12 News, Today in AZ.
Jen Wall, 12 News.
We're live in Mesa. Troy Lynch.
12 News, Today in AZ, dedicated to you.
Focusing on the local stories
and their impact on your day.
Welcome to Today in AZ. I'm
12 News Today in AZ, weekdays at 4:26 a.m. Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning,
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
For the Suns.
The Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on weather impact alert days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call, if your flight could be
Welcome back to 12 Sports Locker Room, coming to you live from L.A. D-backs opening day right here on 12 News. D-backs dropped game one to the Dodgers. Lena, it wasn't all bad, though. Like, listen, it was really cool to see a lot of different things. Carlos Santana playing the gold glove there at first base. I really liked what I saw out of Jordan Lawler today. We've talked a lot about him learning to play in the outfield, and it's neat to see all that hard work pay off. But, man, seeing Nolan Arenado in a D-backs jersey, like, listen, if he gets that bat going, things are going to be just fine. Because that glove, as he has promised us all spring, it's as good as it ever is.
Yes, and we've seen the bat in spring, a couple long balls in Cactus League action, but of course that glove and flashing the leather is still something that 28 loves to do, and he does it at a high level. And here at 12 Sports, you know, we're your home for the Diamondbacks. We get some exclusive access, some really great stories exclusively here on 12 News. Our own Jake Garcia actually made the trip out to SoCal with us, but he took a little detour stopping by the home of Nolan Arenado, where he kind of cut his teeth and played high school ball, where he continues to inspire the next generation of pros.
A blast from the present, under the backdrop of a blast from the past.
Down there, we say, kid.
El Toro High School baseball gets a constant reminder of where it wants to go and who it wants to be. Their role model is right in front of them. 20 years ago, Nolan Arenado was a bright-eyed freshman, digging into this box, defending this base. Kept off the varsity roster in his first year.
There's some lost footage right here.
But firmly on the radar of the head coach.
I just fed him balls and threw to him and told him how great he was.
Mike Gonzalez knew it the moment they met. Nolan would be the next big thing.
I always knew he was destined to be great, but you just never think that, man, he's going to be a Hall of Famer.
First, he had to decide on a position.
We had an opportunity to play first base, and he's like, I'll play first base. He goes, I'll play anywhere you want me to play, coach, as long as I can help the team.
It positioned the program for unprecedented success.
For 3 straight years, the teams he played on never lost a back-to-back game. I mean, that's never happened. I go back and look at that, and that is just unbelievable.
It got even better.
Oh, yeah, right here, yeah. All these guys. That was a good group of guys.
The school's first ever state title.
This is the 2008 CIF championship that we played at Dodger Stadium where Nolan was on the team.
Nolan not just there, but the main character. A big game at the plate led to an even bigger celebration.
He's head and shoulders above everyone else.
Literally in the photo and figuratively on the field. Nolan knocked so many hits, it led to a scholarship offer from Arizona State. But Arizona would have to wait.
Just decided to sign out of high school and not go to Arizona State.
Arizona doesn't have to wait anymore. Arenado makes his D-backs debut on opening day at Dodger Stadium.
It's an opportunity for our kids to see a guy who's had success at the highest level, of how he goes about his business.
His present under the backdrop of his past.
Just gives our guys an opportunity to see, oh man, it's possible.
Really cool to see how inspiring that story is. And kids out there, you could be the next Nolan Arenado, but of course you got to put the work in. The star power on full display out here at Dodger Stadium. Will Ferrell, Magic Johnson, Jason Bateman. I mean, what else could you expect from LA? We've got much more coming up here on 12 Sports Locker Room. More coverage live from Dodger Stadium. Interviews one-on-one with Jordan Lawler and more. Stay with us.
Corbin Carroll, the D-backs play right here on 12 News.
Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning.
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
For the Suns,
Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on Weather Impact Alert Days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call, if your flight could be delayed, or when cold, rainy days impact your commute. Stay safe on those Weather Impact Alert Days.
12 News Weather Impact in every newscast and streaming on 12 Plus. 12 News and 12 Plus keep you in the loop by reporting more from the rapidly growing West Valley.
We're outside Surprise City Hall.
More homes, jobs, and unexpected challenges expanding west.
In Peoria, they'll have the resources ready.
12 News, dedicated to the West Valley.
Explosive is one word for what's happening.
West Valley in the Loop on 12 News and streaming on 12 Plus. Download on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices.
In the dead of night, seems quiet right now. There's a lot happening in the Valley.
We've got a fire in Tempe. We're sending Troy.
In those early morning hours, 12 News is here because journalism never sleeps.
Justin Pizzera, 12 News, today in AZ.
Jen Wall, 12 News.
We're live in Mesa. Troy Lynch.
12 News Today in AZ, dedicated to you
Focusing on the local stories.
And their impact on your day.
Welcome to Today in AZ. I'm Emma
12
Jade.
News Today in AC. Weekdays at 4:26 a.m. Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning.
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
for the Suns,
Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on Weather Impact Alert Days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call, if your flight could be delayed, or when cold, rainy days impact your commute. Stay safe on those Weather Impact Alert Days.
12 News Weather Impact in every newscast and streaming on 12 Plus. 12 News and 12 Plus keep you in the loop by reporting more from the rapidly growing West Valley.
We're outside Surprise City Hall.
More homes, jobs, and unexpected challenges expanding west.
In Peoria, they'll have the resources ready.
12 News, dedicated to the West Valley.
Explosive is one word for what's happening.
West Valley in the Loop on 12 News and streaming on 12 Plus. Download on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices.
Welcome back to 12 Sports Locker Room, coming to you live from L.A. D-backs and Dodgers here on opening day. Of course, the D-backs fall to the Dodgers 8-2. Man, this place cleared out kind of quick, Lena.
Yeah, they got places to be in LA. But you're here with us, so
Yeah.
thanks for sticking with us here as we continue our coverage here on 12 Sports Locker Room.
That's right. Let's show you kind of how this happened in case you're just now joining us. It was really an electric start to this one, man. This stadium was full behind enemy lines. You know, it's not fun to do that, but, man, Dodger Stadium is a beautiful place to watch a baseball game.
Yes.
D-backs silencing the crowd early. Geraldo Perdomo rockets one to right field. A two-run shot, and Lena, just like that, D-backs are up 2-0.
They were doing a little adios pelota before this happened, so maybe the Dodgers foreshadowing there.
The bat is charged. Gallen was cruising, gave up 1 hit through 4 innings. Then the 5th. They just got to him, all right? Kind of hangs the curveball. Andy Page sends it to the seats. And just like that, Gallen was pulled shortly after. L.A. scored 4 in the 5th, 4 in the 7th. And that's kind of all she wrote, folks. D-backs lose 8-2. Got to show you this, though. Jordan Lawler making his first career big league start in the outfield, just like in the spring. Go get it, young man. What a catch.
What a catch. I think in the bullpen they were probably surprised because when it's Freddie Freeman, you can almost guarantee it's gone. Jordan Lawler, the young buck, says not today.
Yeah, Lawler told me before the game, very simple, Cam. Go play catch. Go catch the ball. Play wide receiver. Let's go back at the clubhouse. Jake Garcia, one-on-one with Jordan Lawler.
It was awesome. I was kind of looking forward to the flyover, and luckily it happened with the Jets coming over. I was pretty excited for that. So just the feeling, and I looked over at Tawa, and we were just talking about the opportunity and how amazing it was just to kind of have those feelings going through us and all that.
What were you feeling for that first at-bat?
Nothing. I was locked in. Yeah, I was locked in.
A nice catch and left. So, I mean, you
Yeah.
felt pretty comfortable all game long out there?
Yeah, I mean, it was fun interacting with the fans too a little bit, and just it's a new life. It's a new life out there for sure.
I noticed that after that one fly out, what were they saying?
We'll keep it between me and the fans, but we were just going back and forth a little bit.
Can you take us through that play you made up there against the defense?
Yeah, I know his tendencies kind of go that way, stay on the ball, work through the middle, and I was just ready to open up that direction. And a couple of days back, again, I played some balls off that wall and just kind of felt what it's like. So I had a pretty good sense of where I was at, and then just tracked it and jumped up and got it.
I know you're a confident guy, Jordan, but to have a hit like that off Yamamoto, does that do anything different for you, just to know that you can do it against the best in this league?
It doesn't matter who's on the mound, honestly. I'm going out there with my plan and approach and control what I can control within my box, and that's what I want to do. I want to get the bat to the next guy and then score for them. So I just want to score as many runs for the guys as I can and have good at-bats for the team.
Cam, it's really cool to see Jordan Lawler, who was a bit of a pup during the 2023 World Series run. Yeah. Now he's able to take one of the best in the league, Yoshi Yamamoto, a little bit deep. He got that double, so if he got a little more distance, maybe it would have been a long ball. But a great start for Jordan Lawler in his first opening day roster appearance and his first at-bat here at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, Lena, like he's told us all spring. You know, I loved his line when I asked him, what do you do if you have a bad day? He told me, I don't have bad days, ever. His attitude is literally some of the best that I've ever heard.
He's taking after you, going out and making it a great day.
That's right.
Yeah.
As I always say, happiness is a choice, and he chooses every day to be happy regardless of what happens. So that attitude, that approach is paying off. And listen, he's going to play a lot. Yes, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., of course, started the season on the 10-day IL. Wouldn't surprise me at some point in April if we see him DHing in games. But until then, Lawler is going to be in the outfield. He'll move around between center and left. And if he keeps playing defense like that, something tells me he's going to play a lot. All right, coming up next on 12 Sports Locker Room, we'll have much more from here at Dodger Stadium. They're not going to turn out the lights on us. We're not going anywhere.
We're keep it lit.
Yeah, we're here with you all night. We're going to talk to the ace of the squad, Zach Gallen. Yes, he was great early on, tough ending. What does he have to say after the game? You'll hear it coming up next.
Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning.
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
For the Suns.
Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on Weather Impact Alert Days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call. if your flight could be delayed, or when cold, rainy days impact your commute. Stay safe on those weather impact alert days.
12 News Weather Impact in every newscast and streaming on 12 Plus. 12 News and 12 Plus keep you in the loop by reporting more from the rapidly growing West Valley.
We're outside Surprise City Hall.
More homes, jobs, and unexpected challenges expanding west.
In Peoria, they'll have the resources ready.
12 News, dedicated to the West Valley.
Explosive is one word for what's happening.
West Valley in the Loop on 12 News and streaming on 12 Plus. Download on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices.
In the dead of night, seems quiet right now. There's a lot happening in the valley.
We've got a fire in Tempe. We're sending Troy.
In those early morning hours, 12 News is here because journalism never sleeps.
Justin Pizzera, 12 News, Today in AZ.
Jen Wall, 12 News.
We're live in Mesa. Troy Lynch.
12 News, Today in AZ, dedicated to you.
Focusing on the local stories
and their impact on your day.
Welcome to Today in AZ. I'm
12 News Today in AZ, weekdays at 4:26 a.m. Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning.
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
For the Suns.
Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on weather impact alert days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call, if your flight could be delayed, or when cold, rainy days impact your commute. Stay safe on those weather impact alert days.
12 News Weather Impact in every newscast and streaming on 12 Plus. 12 News and 12 Plus keep you in the loop by reporting more from the rapidly growing West Valley.
We're outside Surprise City Hall.
More homes, jobs, and unexpected challenges expanding west.
In Peoria, they'll have the resources ready.
12 News, dedicated to the West Valley.
Explosive is one word for what's happening.
West Valley in the Loop on 12 News and streaming on 12 Plus. Download on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Welcome back to 12 Sports Locker Room, live from L.A. D-backs lose to the Dodgers 8-2 in Game 1. Zach Gallen charged with the L, 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, 5 hits. Let's have some.
For the most part, I would say. The changeup, the adjustments to the changeup and the curveball probably took a little bit slower compared to the fastball and the slider. Opening day and the first one's always kind of weird because it's a lot of adrenaline, a lot of extra, curriculars going on. So to kind of base, how assess where I'm at in that process is kind of tough with this one. So, but I think overall, I feel like I'm in a good spot from the progression. Obviously, next one, I don't know what the progression of pitches will be, but just keep building and get to that full pitch count.
So, your velocities stayed up. They didn't, I don't think, swing and miss on a fastball today.
Yeah.
Can you make anything of that?
No, I don't. I mean, I think just maybe they were looking to hit fastballs. I don't know. I felt like we located them pretty good at the top of the strike zone. I don't know. Swing and miss is always interesting. It's like, does it have to do with sequencing? Does it have to do with location? I think there's a lot of things that just kind of play into that. So I'm not. For me, the fastball swing and miss isn't something I'm super concerned about in a sense. Trying to locate it well, gets off contact, and try and keep it out of the middle of the plate.
Been a part of a bunch of opening days throughout your career. Just what's the key to kind of keeping that energy up the next day and not letting there be a letdown with?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I think it was 22. Seth Beer hit a walk-off home run on opening day. We didn't make the playoffs. 23, we lost on opening day here. Went to the World Series. Like it's one of those things of like it's 1 of 162. It's a lot of fun. It's like, all right, we're back. The boys are back again and getting to play, and it's exciting. But to your point, you gotta you're not riding the wave. You're just kind of coasting on top of the wave. So I think that's I feel like we got a pretty good veteran group here, and with some young guys who've been around a while, understand that even though you might drop the first one, there's still 161 more to play. So I think guys will be fine. They'll be ready to come to play tomorrow.
Lena, I like what Zach said. You're not going to ride the wave, but they wanted to have a better showing than they did today against the Dodgers.
Absolutely. And when I spoke with Gallen one-on-one just a couple weeks ago, he said that one of the biggest lessons he's learned in his development and in his journey is you can't get too high, you can't get too low. We're going to see more good stuff from Zach Gallen throughout the season.
That's right. Much more coming up on 12 Sports Locker Room. Hey, if you were here, Dodgers win, you get a $7 plate.
It used to be $5.
Panda Express.
Come on now.
Man, inflation got Panda Express too. We'll be right back.
Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning.
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
For the Suns,
Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on Weather Impact Alert Days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call, if your flight could be delayed, or when cold, rainy days impact your commute. Stay safe on those Weather Impact Alert Days.
12 News Weather Impact in every newscast and streaming on 12 Plus. 12 News and 12 Plus keep you in the loop by reporting more from the rapidly growing West Valley.
We're outside Surprise City Hall.
More homes, jobs, and unexpected challenges expanding west.
In Peoria, they'll have the resources ready.
12 News, dedicated to the West Valley.
Explosive is one word for what's happening.
West Valley in the Loop on 12 News and streaming on 12 Plus. Download on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices.
In the dead of night, seems quiet right now. There's a lot happening in the valley.
We've got a fire in Tempe. We're sending Troy.
In those early morning hours, 12 News is here because journalism never sleeps.
Justin Pizzera, 12 News, today in AZ.
Jen Wall, 12 News.
We're live in Mesa. Troy Lynch.
12 News, today in AZ, dedicated to you
Focusing on the local stories.
and their impact on your day.
Welcome to Today in AZ. I'm Emma
12
Jade.
News Today in AC. Weekdays at 4:26 a.m. Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning.
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
for the Suns,
Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on Weather Impact Alert Days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call, if your flight could be delayed, or when cold, rainy days impact your commute. Stay safe on those Weather Impact Alert Days.
12 News Weather Impact in every newscast and streaming on 12 Plus.
Welcome back into 12 Sports Locker Room live at Dodger Stadium. The D-backs lose 8-2, but hey, let's talk some basketball. The Suns are in a playoff chase and race with 9 games to go. They fall to the Nuggets on Tuesday night here at home, but they traded blows throughout the fourth quarter. That Denver team, it's hard to stop. Devin Booker had 22 points. The Suns came up just short, falling 125-123. The Suns are back home on Saturday hosting the Jazz in another must-win game as we look at the Western Conference standings. Again, 9 games left until the postseason. The Suns are 3.5 games back of the Rockets for the 6th spot in the West. They're in the they're really been in the 7th seed for most of this season, but if it ended today, they'd be in the play-in tournament, and they would host the Clippers for the 7th spot in the West.
Yeah, that play-in tournament. Don't want to be in that. Let's talk some college hoops. The Randy Bennett era has officially begun in Tempe. The newest men's basketball coach arriving in the Valley on Tuesday. He was supposed to hold a press conference on Wednesday, but arrived a little under the weather, so they pushed it back till next week. He was greeted by A.D. Gramercini, women's basketball coach Molly Miller. You could tell, despite the illness, he's pretty fired up to be at ASU, back home, a Westwood alum, Mesa Community College. You know all that jazz, right? A.D. Gramercini speaking on Sun Devil Extra, saying this is a home run hire.
You know, we feel really confident in the due diligence that we did, not only on Coach Bennett, but also what our program needs at this particular moment. And everything kept giving us a positive indication. Everything kept checking out the further that we got into the process. And then when we finally had a chance to engage Coach Bennett and have conversations about how he sees his leadership style fitting in, his style of basketball fitting in, it just solidified that this is the guy. And we need to get a deal done, and we need to move quickly to make that happen.
There we go. All right, let's check in on the Wildcats right now. Playing in the Sweet 16 against Arkansas, 93-72 with just a little bit more than 6 minutes to go. Wildcats look very much poised to move on past the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2018. And awaiting them in the Elite Eight is Purdue, who, of course, knocked off Texas on a last-second shot there and sending former U of A head coach Sean Miller home. We'll have highlights, post-game reaction for you coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. All right, back out here live at Dodger Stadium. Listen, the D-backs are led by a very unique duo. D-backs manager Tori Lavello and, of course, GM Mike Hazen. They have been going on 10 years here in the Valley. Very rarely, Lena, we all know, do like a GM and a manager get that kind of time together. Yeah. Their friendship goes back 25 years. And when you sit down and you get to know them, you see why it kind of works so well.
We started in the minor leagues together and, kind of worked up through, the baseball chain together.
Are you the big brother?
No, I'm the little brother. I feel like I'm the little brother. But I value my time with him. I value my friendship.
Mike, do you remember when you first met Tori?
Yeah, I do. 2001, I think. I was roommates with Ross Atkins at the time. We were both working in Cleveland, and Ross was in the farm system with Tori. Tori was a minor league manager, and Tori came in town, and they got really drunk, and I was asleep. And in the middle of the night, 1, 2 a.m., they came in, and Ross had this new stereo he wanted to show Tori, and they were blasting the music, woke me up. Tori was like, hey man, isn't your roommate sleeping? And Ross was like, don't worry about it. And then I just came out and met him. It was like, hey, can you guys just turn that down a little bit? And went back to bed.
We had a few too many cocktails. Came in super late, number one, and I said, you have a roommate, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, who is it? He's like, it's Mike Hazen. I don't know, were you interning or were you full-time?
Probably was just my first year full-time, but one or the other.
He was trying to do the responsible thing. Go to bed early, prepare for the next day. There's work to do, Tori.
Now that I know him 25 years later, what a good roommate. Most roommates, after 1 second of that volume going up over 3 or 4, because it was 10.
It was 10.
Walls were shaking and it was bumping for at least 20 minutes. The normal roommate wouldn't try to grind it out. The normal roommate would be like, dude, turn it down. Somebody's getting kicked, okay? But he just kind of ducked out and he's like, hey, you guys want to turn it down just a little bit? And I was like, oh my God, he's been in there the whole time. And it wasn't down the hall. It was from me to you. Away. His door was this close.
There's a small place.
He's a grinder. He was absolutely trying to grind it out. That's his personality.
I figured they would turn it down at some point. You know what I mean? The music, not even common courtesy. The music wasn't that good. So they tested out the sound system and I thought they would turn it off. It was 2 in the morning. I wasn't the only one that heard it. The entire apartment building heard it. That, led itself to whenever I would come in town or he would come to Cleveland, we just ended up spending a lot of time together. We kind of learned that very early of how to walk that line of that there's things on the field, there's things off the field. I think if you can make them work, they're even stronger as long as you understand where the boundaries are.
I never imagined that I would ever be in the situation with him as the general manager, me the manager.
Mike, when you got hired, was there any doubt Tori was your guy?
One thing that I saw more than anything else was that relationship between the manager and the GM is important. It's not just a business relationship in my mind all the time. There's days where we fight and it's aggressive and it's arguing over little small things that we're doing and things that where we see we need to push ourselves forward, and we may have disagreements on some of those things, or maybe personnel related, it may be implementation related, whatever it might be. It can't there can't be grudges or lingering things, or you're going to miss the next thing, or you're not going to have the next conversation, or, you know, you're going to get too wrapped up in what is he thinking about, what you know, and we don't have that. It's an important quality for me, beyond that he's a good manager, but that relationship has to exist in order for us to operate in the optimal way.
The interview, and it happened right over here, the interview for me was probably the most nerve-wracking interview that I've ever had. I'd done it 6 times. I didn't want to let him down, and he hammered me. He challenged my answers. He still does that today. Example, yesterday he sent me a text before I got to my phone from the first base dugout to the clubhouse in left field in Mesa. I had a text already laid there, like, certain things we have got to clean up. That's every day.
Who wins more arguments? I don't know. I think
he does.
He's
got great perspective. He's got great perspective. I miss the boat sometimes.
I will say this. I disagree with that. Like, I feel like yesterday's argument, in the end, I took your position on it. Like, yes, when you walked out of the room, that I felt like I was in a certain place, but then I thought about it after a while, and I feel like in the end, the solution, I'm not going to tell you what that was, but where it came to, you won the argument. The biggest strength any of us can have is understanding that you're not always right.
Yesterday's example is just one of many as to why he's such a great leader, and he listened to the room. And yes, we did have an argument yesterday. Jeff Bannister heard it through the door, or through the wall. And so fast forward to us being in Mesa, Jeff came into my office and he's like, what the hell happened in there? What was that all about? So I was explaining it to him, and who walks in is Mike. And the first thing I said to him was, hey man, I want to resolve this as soon as possible. And he said to me, that's why I'm here.
We take these things seriously because we have a limited time in this game. So that limited amount of time doesn't allow you to just sit back and be like, today's great, we'll have tomorrow and the next day too. We're not guaranteed that. No one's guaranteed that.
Anything personally that you guys have helped each other out with that you'll always remember forever?
Yeah. I mean, Kristen Lavello helped take care of my wife while she was dying. Like, my wife passed away at 3 o'clock in the morning, and my mom was there, and outside of calling my mother-in-law, like, they were the first people I called at 4 o'clock in the morning. And they were the first people that walked in the door of my house at 4:20. And I'll never forget that. It's not my favorite moment, but it's something that I'll never, ever forget. I'm so grateful and appreciative of it. And it probably means the most to me out of anything that we've experienced over 25 years.
My wife was unbelievable in so many ways, and Mike and Nicole allowed her into their home, and she was there every single day. And through it all, the thing that was real amazing through this is that he was still available. Like, he was running a baseball team. He did take a leave of absence, but Mike was involved, and we knew it, and he was always a phone call away, and he managed to balance it all out. It just blew me away every single day, and it was pretty inspiring.
Just talking about unfinished business, and you and Tori, you still get to finish it.
We haven't batted 1,000 on this, obviously. We've made our mistakes, but I feel like the passion with which we have to try to bring a championship to the city is even greater than it was, and we are not going to stop until we accomplish that goal.
When you're in the trench with your brothers and you want to do it for yourself, but I think sometimes you want to do it more for your brothers than you do yourself, and that's where I'm at.
Still keep the music loud?
Yeah, if I hear a couple good songs, it's going to bump for sure.
Has he got better taste, Mike?
In what?
In music.
I don't listen to his music. Okay. Yeah.
He's all country. I'm not country.
And I go to bed at 8 o'clock now. Like, if somebody came in at 1 a.m., they wouldn't get the same response now. Yeah.
I told you, he'd be that guy. He'd come out and be like, turn off that music.
That I would do now. Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Which is what he should have done.
Which is what he should have done.
Yeah.
But thankfully,
he didn't. He was so nice. Hey, turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, now I'm the old dog.
The old dog, Lena.
I love it. Good stuff, Cam.
Yeah, Lena, I hope people take away, one, how much it means to them to represent the Diamondbacks and how much they want to win here, and how deep their friendship really goes.
Yes,
really
they're
cool
a family.
Yeah, much more from your Dodger Stadium coming up right after this.
Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning.
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
For the Suns,
Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on Weather Impact Alert Days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call, if your flight could be delayed, or when cold, rainy days impact your commute. Stay safe on those Weather Impact Alert Days.
12 News Weather Impact in every newscast and streaming on 12 Plus. 12 News and 12 Plus keep you in the loop by reporting more from the rapidly growing West Valley.
We're outside Surprise City Hall.
More homes, jobs, and unexpected challenges expanding west.
In Peoria, they'll have the resources ready.
12 News, dedicated to the West Valley.
Explosive is one word for what's happening.
West Valley in the Loop on 12 News and streaming on 12 Plus. Download on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices.
In the dead of night, seems quiet right now. There's a lot happening in the valley.
We've got a fire in Tempe. We're sending Troy.
In those early morning hours, 12 News is here because journalism never sleeps.
Justin Pizzera, 12 News, today in AZ.
Jen Wall, 12 News.
We're live in Mesa. Troy Lynch.
12 News Today in AZ, dedicated to you
Focusing on the local stories.
And their impact on your day.
Welcome to Today in AZ. I'm Emma
12
Jade.
News Today in AC. Weekdays at 4:26 a.m. Get the latest Arizona news from 12 News on demand 24 hours a day with 12 Plus. Stream breaking news, weather impact alerts,
The excessive heat warning.
Momcast with Emma Jade,
Help protect our kids online.
sports reports,
The Cardinals.
for the Suns,
Diamondbacks.
the biggest stories of the week on Weekend, and more.
Here at 12 News, we strive to bring you the very best journalism in the Valley.
12 Plus is a convenient way for you to watch 12 News on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices. This weather is why we live here. But winter storms impact the whole state.
12 News Weather Impact keeps you safe and ready on Weather Impact Alert Days. When roads turn icy, when those snowy trails call, if your flight could be delayed, or when cold, rainy days impact your commute. Stay safe on those Weather Impact Alert Days.
12 News Weather Impact in every newscast and streaming on.
We've got 10 more Diamondbacks games right here on 12 News for you, including the home opener on Monday, Michael Soroka versus Justin Verlander as the Tigers come to town.
That's right. Thank you so much for watching 12 Sports Locker Room. Been a lot of fun out here at Dodger Stadium. Yes, the D-backs lose game 1, 8-2, but good news. Game 2 is tomorrow. Ryan Nelson on the bump. That'll do it for us. For everyone working to get the show on the air, good night. God bless. 12 News at 10 is up next. We'll see you back here a little bit later on.